Want to know the scariest part about Hollywood's darkest secrets? It's not the monsters hiding in plain sight. It's the smiling faces handing them the keys.
Do you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen.
And that's exactly what one of America's most beloved TV hosts has allegedly been doing for decades.
These big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. T.G. Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed.
But here's the name Katt Williams dropped that nobody is talking about. The one recruiter allegedly trusted by Jeffrey Epstein himself to bring fresh faces into his circle. And no, it wasn't some underground figure. It was the woman who made America laugh every afternoon at 4 p.m.
Party favor.
What does that mean?
It was a party favor. That was somebody you could take off the table.
Ellen DeGeneres, the queen of kindness, the dancing talk show host, the LGBTQ icon. According to Katt Williams, she was Jeffrey Epstein's Hollywood recruiter. And if even half of what he's claiming is true, everything you thought you knew about celebrity culture is about to collapse. Before we even touch Ellen, we need to address why Katt Williams' words carry weight now more than ever. Because let's be brutally honest, 2 years ago, if someone told you Katt Williams would be the one exposing Hollywood's elite, you probably would have laughed. But look at where we are now. Everything, and I mean everything that man said on Club Shay Shay has either come true or is actively unraveling as we speak.
The truth is the light. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Remember when Katt said Diddy's time was up? People called him bitter, said he was jealous, said he was just running his mouth for attention. Then what happened? Diddy got raided. Diddy got arrested. Diddy got convicted and sentenced. The same industry that protected him for 30 years suddenly acted like they never knew the man. Remember when Katt talked about Chris Tucker? Said the Chris Tucker we got now ain't the same Chris Tucker from Friday.
Chris Tucker that we got now is Epstein Island Chris Tucker, not Smokey.
People said Katt was hating. Then Chris Tucker's name showed up in Epstein's flight logs, and when Chris got asked about it publicly, watch how nervous he got.
You knew Jeffrey Epstein, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. We flew Bill Clinton and a lot of different, that was a humanitarian trip to Africa.
You hear that stutter? You see that panic? That's not the energy of an innocent man casually explaining a charity trip. That's the energy of someone who knows the walls are closing in. And when they asked him directly about the island,
Go to that island, did you?
No. I don't know where that thing is.
6 no's. Count them. 6. Who does that when they're telling the truth? So when Katt Williams drops a name, the smart money is on listening. And the name he dropped, the recruiter allegation that's been bubbling under the surface, Ellen DeGeneres. Now, I need y'all to understand something before we go further. What I'm about to break down isn't coming from some random Twitter account or anonymous blog post. This is coming from the same man who told us about Diddy before the raids, told us about Chris Tucker before the flight logs, and told us the industry was going to crumble before it actually started crumbling. According to Katt Williams, Jeffrey Epstein and his network, which some allege included connections to what people call the Illuminati or secretive elite circles, considered Ellen DeGeneres one of their most valuable assets in Hollywood. Her alleged role? Recruitment. Not security, not transportation, not money laundering. Recruitment. The job was allegedly simple. Identify high-profile celebrities, build trust with them through her platform, and bring them into contact with these circles. Think about it for a second. Who has more access to A-list celebrities than a daytime talk show host with the most watched show in America for nearly 2 decades? who can invite anyone from new artists to A-list movie stars to sitting presidents into her studio, build rapport, make them feel comfortable, and then allegedly make introductions. And here's what makes the Ellen allegations even chilling. We already have a blueprint for how this recruitment system allegedly worked, because Ellen isn't the first person accused of this exact behavior.
It's kind of she gets out of it. Well, she gets money. When you bring models or people that can easily be manipulated, you get funded. You get funded. How does she own an island being a super?
Naomi Campbell's name appeared in the Epstein files tied to 5 flights on the Lolita Express between 2001 and 2003. 2 of those flights originated from the U.S. Virgin Islands, right where Epstein's island sat. And according to multiple sources, Naomi wasn't just attending, she was allegedly recruiting. I was introduced to him on my 31st birthday by my ex-boyfriend Flavio. He was always front and center at Victoria's Secret shows. Did you suspect what he was doing? No. No? You were on his jet 5 times. You were at his events. You were allegedly helping recruit models under the guise of career opportunities, and you didn't suspect anything? The streets aren't buying it, and they're asking the same questions about Ellen. See, here's where it gets interesting. For years, decades actually, Ellen DeGeneres was untouchable. She was America's sweetheart, the be kind lady, the one who danced with grandmas and surprised struggling families with money. Her image was carefully crafted to be the most non-threatening, lovable figure in entertainment. But we all saw what happened in 2020. Out of nowhere, former employees started coming forward with stories about a toxic workplace. Staff members described an environment of intimidation, fear, and cruelty. Senior producers were accused of misconduct, and Ellen herself accused of being cold, dismissive, and nothing like the warm person she played on camera. The show tried to survive. Ellen gave an apology, but the damage was done. Ratings tanked, sponsors pulled back, and in 2022, the Ellen DeGeneres show ended after 19 years. Now, at the time, people chopped it up to cancel culture, said Ellen was just another victim of people being too sensitive. But what if that wasn't the full story? What if those workplace allegations were just the first crack in a much bigger wall? Because here's what Katt Williams has been saying. The same people who spent years building certain celebrities up are the same people who tear them down when they become liabilities, when someone knows too much, when the heat gets too close.
You know what I'm saying? So you have liars. Liars are now the face of our culture.
And if Ellen DeGeneres allegedly spent years bringing talent into Epstein's orbit, what happens when Epstein gets arrested? What happens when the files start dropping? What happens to people like Katt Williams and Ally Carter start talking publicly? You cut ties, you distance, you let the smaller scandals like toxic workplace take the fall so the bigger secrets stay buried. Suddenly, Ellen's public downfall doesn't look random anymore. It looks strategic. Now, to understand how someone like Ellen could allegedly serve as a recruiter, you need to understand how this entire system allegedly worked, and nobody has broken it down more clearly than Ally Carter. Ally is a survivor. She's gone public with her claims about being trafficked through elite networks as a child, and her testimony, raw, emotional, and deeply disturbing, paints a picture that most people don't want to believe is real.
Party favor.
What does that mean?
It was a party favor. I was somebody you could take off the table.
So you're telling me they set
I set children on a table.
like when you go to a birthday party and they have gift bags for everybody that comes that have candy and toys in them,
Yep.
and they set them on the table. So
Let that sit for a second. Party favor. Human beings, children, allegedly treated like goodie bags at a birthday party, taken off tables by wealthy adults who saw them as entertainment. And according to Allie, the pipeline that delivered these victims was sophisticated. It wasn't random kidnapping, it was institutional.
Child Protective Services is your supplier. Is anybody going to talk about that? The immigrants that are coming across the border, that all those kids that they were just scooping up out of boats and out of the water, they're now coming in and they're throwing them right into the system.
She's describing a system where foster care, immigration, and child protective services